Hey Dearsy, how are you?
Pretty good.
Where are we going?
War March.
We're going to what?
War March.
Can you speak English? Not
West
Logan
Virginia.
County?
That's
Can we...
West Virginia.
No, that's Logan County and West by God, Virginia. Guys, we're at Walmart for a couple things. I know you guys remember last episode, we didn't have a steel brush. Holy shit, a Ferrari! It was just a Mustang, but it looked pretty cool. Yeah, why are we going down here? How many times have we been to this Walmart this late at night? Dumbass. Yeah, what number said? Shut up back there. We are getting a steel brush so we can steel brush stuff. Oh, and I also need to socket wrenches. Two ratchets. Ratchets, because taking off the Lotus tires off my Lotus broke them. I just give up, okay? We'll see you at the fucking house. All right, episode 5 of Ruined Car Revival. We got a bunch of stuff here. Thumper's moving some stuff out. This is the series, guys. If you don't know what it is, this series is a Patreon supported series. If you want to support this series and be part of the pit crew, I'm selling this car to one of the people, one of you guys on the pit crew at the end of the series. If you want to get the car, just go sign up on the pit crew. You can find the link in the top comment on this thing, but we got some things doing today, and I'm gonna kind of explain what's going on. Guys, if you watched last episode, you do remember that we actually got this seat in, and we had some problems because we got sent the wrong bracket. Talked to that company, and they actually gave me a refund, not for full of it, but half the money for the bracket. I ordered new brackets, we have those in. You also remember we took off the door panel to try and replace the door cards. You also remember it did not go as planned. Today we have all that new stuff in, and in this episode we're kind of treading water. We're trying to get ourselves reset, as well as getting stuff in. And Thumper's here, as you see the box he was carrying, that was the brackets, and he's going ahead and getting those ready so we can finally get this seat in. But this episode basically is we're really just trying to recover. This episode was so bad, there were so many things that went wrong due to being sent wrong parts and or, trying to get cheap stuff. We learned a lot of lessons. That's why on this episode we have a bunch of stuff, including the new door cards, which I told you guys are a lot thinner. I'm gonna try to get the camera focus here, but I remember when I talked to you guys last episode about the thickness of these things. The cheaper one is the very thick one, and if you can see it perfectly there, you can see how thick it is. The thin line of leather, and then that thick line of fuzz. This is the expensive one. It's very thin. There's no fuzz, it's very thin. It's as thin as the top layer is that. That is why we had an issue on the last episode. This episode we will be installing those properly. I also got some wire brushes that go in the end of a drill so we can properly clean those and properly get them off. We also have a whole bunch of other goodies here in this box. Great news for you guys is we are buying some big parts for this starting on Sunday. So if you're watching this video, I've already bought the parts. We're getting some big carbon fiber pieces that are going in the inside that are going to start finishing the inside. It's a start to the finish. So look forward to that. I already have them ordered and they will be here momentarily. And like I said, that's really going to start the end of the inside, and it's like, just trust me, it's gonna be amazing. I'm looking really forward to it. At this point, like I said, as you're watching, I already ordered it. And yeah, so let's go ahead and get this party started, shall we? Last episode, we were talking about the wire wheel steel brushes things, whatever you call them. These are them. They're operated by a drill. Really, the basic point of these things are to just kind of knock off everything cleanly and not ruin the surrounding material or the surrounding thing of the door card. And basically, I mean, these are all different sizes. This is like $3 at Walmart. Literally, all of these were like $3. And I got these door cards from American Muscle. So if you guys want to go get some of these, they're from American Muscle. Please, I'm telling you, do not buy the cheap eBay ones. You are going to regret it fully. It's $50 on eBay, and you're literally going to hate your life. Don't buy the eBay ones. These are from American Muscle. That's where I got these, and they look better too. So it's gonna be interesting to get them on. How are you supposed to do that? Okay, stop it, doing it, God damn it. It was a little harder than I thought to use. Next part, like I said, we didn't do it last time. You're gonna take this blue painter's tape. I mean, it doesn't have to be painter's tape. I prefer painter's tape because it's cheap. And you're kind of just gonna line this. You're not really protecting, I mean, you're shooting glue, guys. So it's not that big of a deal, but we're gonna go ahead and cover it. I didn't last time, simply because I thought it was gonna be a lot easier. It looked a lot easier and it was not. But this is just going to cover the sides up from any more glue. And the glue comes off really easily if you do overspray. It's not that big a deal. And after we get this on here, what I'll actually do is clean up the rest of the glue residue that I got on the side there. So we are now going to tape all of these up. Kind of touchy, kind of discretion on what you want to do, but you got to kind of lay a nice coat of glue down. With that coat of glue, you really want to have enough to where that entire panel is covered. And I know that can be hard because you think you're overspraying it, but honestly, if you overspray it, you more or less just got to wait for it to dry a little bit to get tacky. So that's what we're going to do now with some Scotch 3M, whatever the hell, yes, 3M. So let's do this. You're going to see that we did remove the tape. That's to make it easier so when you go to tuck it in, the tape's not in your way. So just like last time, me and DRZ are going to lay these down and hopefully this works the way it is. So here we go. So what you doing, Bub?
Drilling holes.
Why are you drilling holes, Bub?
It's a new bracket we finally got.
So why are you drilling holes?
It's the new bracket we finally got.
Alright, Thumper is working on the bracket right now. Getting the bracket on the bottom of the seat. He put it on cardboard boxes so we don't ruin our new seats. Good job, Thumper. That's a promotion right there, let me tell you. And then DRZ is over here tucking it in. You can see it is going down absolutely amazingly. It is like, it's so much better going down. All this around the side, this is all extra glue. We'll just clean off with like Goo Gone, you'll get it off pretty easily. But DRZ's tucking that in right now. Other than that, I can't really do much because those two or that door piece, we have a couple extra pieces for. I'm really excited to get that in here so we can move all this stuff out and you'll see 2 full seats inside the Mustang, which is really exciting. Took a second, but ooh la, it is on there perfectly. All the white you're seeing in there, that's just the glue we have to clean up. A little Goo Gone, it'll make it really easy and clean it up. But holy crap, that's set in there beautifully. It went down easily. It's completely solid and in there. Other than that, all we did is used a couple Phillips and a knife. And you take a knife and what you do is you want to tuck it first. You tuck in all the sides, you know, start on one side and go all the way around. And then once it's basically fully tucked, you take the knife and you cut in the edge so you don't actually strike the door piece. And then it cuts it just long enough so where you can tuck it underneath the door thing. So that is freaking awesome. That door panel done. Thumper's over here removing the sensors, right?
Yeah, something like that.
He's removing the wire harnesses so we can get in under the other seat. That's what he's doing right now, but we're still not done. We have some cool stuff that is gonna kind of introduce the front or the inside of the car. We're not gonna clean this off right now. I'm not gonna clean it off until we're ready to put it back in the car. However, I have something in that box to show you. I'll give you guys fully carbon fiber handles. This is gonna replace this ugly, nasty handle that's on here. Honestly, it is absolutely disgusting. I feel like gross touching it. And it is going to replace it with a full carbon fiber handle. So if that doesn't give you kind of an idea of what's going on in the inside in a second, then I can't really help you because then you're hopeless. All right, so what I'm doing right now is you're gonna obviously know that there's a lock switch on here. I'm trying to get that out first because that seems to just pop out here in the back. Getting it out is a different question because there's not really a latch on here. Oh, I think there it went. But we're popping that out, and as soon as we pop that out, we'll be able to this looks like it actually just slides on out. You can see it moving. And this thing just slides right out. You can see it has a crease, and we'll pop the carbon fiber one in there. Now this pops out, it just kind of slides in there. We did find actually a tab that sits underneath here for the, what is this, the lock switch? I just realized my hat's on backwards. I probably look dumb as fuck, but whatever. So It's a good thing I didn't try to take this out before actually removing it, but this tab is a pain in the dick. And you basically just push it down and it will hopefully not pop out. Give me a second. Unlock and lock switch in. We're gonna take our carbon fiber one here. I kept the saran wrap, or I guess plastic wrap, on this thing because I didn't, you know, messing with it, I didn't want to, you know, ruin it or anything. And then this little guy will just, it's easy, slip in there and get all the tabs in. It'll click and just like that. Switch in there. This thing really doesn't have any tabs. There's these little like triangle things in here, so it's literally just simpler, kind of brush off any of the crap on there. It's simple as kind of a sliding in method, and then it hooks. It's one of those things like once you get it in, you can't get out, kind of like a button, like if you install a switch on your car. Once it's in, like pulling it out is like the most ridiculous part. So now it's in and I'm pushing all the way from the back and it's not coming out. And now you have a carbon fiber door handle. That looks absolutely awesome. It looks so much better than the piece of crap this one did. And in comparison, you can see how much better that looks. This is old, grimy, and nasty, and weathered, and just no. And now this is shiny, glossy, carbon fiber. And like I said, that is one of many touches coming to the inside of this car. Now you can't see me, but just staying on and listen. This is the boot that goes in the car. It's ship boot because it's a manual. We actually got one to match the interior, and that is this one. It's kind of an all black with a blue racing stripe, if you will, because Mustangs are so freaking fast. Aren't they fast, guys? Our Mustang's super freaking fast. Yeah, even these guys agree. So this is basically self-explanatory. Goes in here, goes directly over. It's made for a Mustang. It's custom made. Actually in the UK, ironically, as that is for a Mustang part to be made in the UK. And then all these little things have little slits in it, and those slits fit over these little, I guess you could say, bracket thingy-majiggers. And then I also have something else. All right, that was really easy. You just put it over the little clips like I said, and there it is. Looks awesome. It'll look great in the car. Obviously, we can't put it on right now until we get the console coming soon, but we can put on that thing right there. Where is that? Over there somewhere. Talking about forking things, I'm not sure what's going on, but we also have, hey DRZ, how are you? Okay DRZ, can I stroke your shaft?
Sure.
Stroking the shaft. I love he's like scooting backwards. You bag, what do you think I was talking about? I can actually put this on right now. If I have to, I can take it off when we have to put the console on. Probably will, but this is, as you probably guessed, the same exact person custom made this for the Mustang. It is the e-brake. What other words are this for? Emergency brake, e-brake, parking brake. You guys, everyone calls it different in different spots, but it is a shaft. It's a shaft cover. What?
Demonetized.
The demonetization. So essentially, it's a condom for your e-brake. I don't even know if I'm putting this on right. I know it's like that. So, but it's supposed to fit there really snug and really tight, and it really gets rid of all this. You can kind of see how it's battered. Over the years, obviously, someone didn't like their e-brake. Not sure why. But it's been battered and it's been really beat. So instead of replacing the entire plastic, you can put a really nice cover on it that is custom made for it. And it will slip on as soon as you figure out how to get it on. You just gotta really stroke that shaft. There it is, guys. It fits amazingly. Like, the guy that makes these things, like, I mean, he makes Lotus parts too, seriously, but it fits really nicely. It's snug on there. It's not cheap, so it's not like sliding at all. I mean, it actually took me a second to get on here because of how tightly it fits on here. I know I'm just casually stroking this as I talk to you guys, but don't let it not turn you on. Shut up, you ruined the moment. But it's time we finally get the second seat in there, getting the interior more complete, farther and farther as we go. And I just want to point out that Thumper just hit the top of the seat on plastic! It's ruined! Oh, no. How did you do that? We have to replace it! God, it's so son of a fuck. God. It's fine, honestly. Alright, so here we are. Thumper is putting down the bolts on the back seat here. I'll kind of give you guys a view here. There's 3 or 4 bolts. Oh, he's attaching sensors right now. There's 3 or 4 bolts that hold the seat down. Typically, it's kind of how it is in like most cars. And we're getting the second seat in there. This is exciting. This is so exciting. We have the other door panel out. We're gonna start doing the door card on that and putting the car. My hat is still backwards. God damn it. Much better. Okay, a little more in style here. All right, so yeah, we are going to fix the door cards get the door handles in, and you know, swiggity swiggity spooty all over that booty. Yeah, rapper, freaky fresh. Neither one of them are looking at me. It's whatever. Here we have a thumper in his natural habitat, trying to bolt in a seat. Is that the torque spec? Is that the torque spec? Foot pounds? Oh God, please make sure you're doing foot pounds and not inch pounds. We don't end up like Chase on 2 wheels and snap a bolt head off, huh? Chase, you approved this message. He didn't. I didn't ask him, but I'm gonna hopefully. Yeah, he does. Whatever. I'm not gonna record this entire process like we did on the last one, but you guys get the gist. Gonna tape it down and get us done and get the other door card on. This time we're actually gonna try something different, and I'm not gonna wire brush this. I want to see how it does without wire brushing it, because this is smooth, and I feel like when we wire brush it, it made it more kind of like grainy and stuff than anything. It didn't affect the final thing, but it kind of looked bad before you put stuff on. So we're gonna not do that. We're just gonna cover this tape and we're gonna hit it at it. So check it out, guys. Looks awesome. This obviously that's gonna be tucked in next. That is gonna be tucked in and that's gonna be tucked in, so spoiler for the next episode. On that note, guys, just saying we are not doing those parts in the next episode. I talked about it later in this episode, but I wanna let you guys know we are doing a radio in the next episode. On top of that, I know we didn't get a lot done in this episode, so I'm actually gonna be giving away a $100 card for American Muscle. If you wanna get in on that, like I said, be a part of the pit crew. There's going to be a post on the Patreon. You guys just have to comment, follow the instructions on the post. And due to us not being able to do a lot on this episode, I am going to be giving away a $100 gift card just to make up for it a little bit and give back to you guys. I'm going to be doing that a little more often as well. Maybe not just American Muscle, just different places, but that's all I can think of right now because that's where we've gotten a lot of our parts from. So we're going to be doing that right now. So go over to the Patreon post after you get done with this and feel free to get onto that. But anyway, sorry, back to your video. Check it out. I'm going to show you guys the front view as well. Look at that. Look at that. Coming through the front. Looks absolutely amazing. And visualizing what we already have that's going to get done just makes this so much better. You guys don't know exactly what else is going in here just quite yet. However, I know what is going in here, and visualizing it, looking at everything has got me extremely excited. Thumper, awesome job with this, man. I appreciate you putting the seats in. These are awesome, honestly, guys. They're just with everything that's going in here, the radio, you guys already know about, it's gonna be a screen, and then all of the accents that we already had picked out, I'm so excited for. If you wanna be a part of choosing stuff for this series, I always go to my pit crew. They're the ones that choose things that go in here. I give them choices from things that I like, and that's what we're doing. So if you wanna be in that, we do live streams every single Thursday at 10 o'clock at night, East Coast time. It's for pit crew only. So if you wanna get in on the pit crew, you guys know where to go. But for now, this is looking good. It is coming together. It is going to start evolving and looking like the cleanest interior you've ever seen. I'm gangster as hell. Amber said I look funny wearing shorts with some high tops and a sick hoodie and my sick hat. Yeah, I do. This hat is like green underneath. That's Marshall, and my pants are green. Great. Shut up! I'm doing Car Revival and you're ruining it. Alright guys, I'm running to Harbor Freight. This is the next day. This video is gonna kind of be all over the place, but I'm running to Harbor Freight. Yesterday I broke 2 ratchets on my Lotus because the shop I went to decided they were gonna gun my lug nuts on, but I more want to get some parts and some tools for Car Revival. Been using a lot of Thumper's tools, which is not a big deal, he doesn't care, but I still kind of want to have my own tools and have a little more organized. I need more screwdrivers, so we're gonna go to Harbor Freight and the pouring rain. Sounds fun. Some screwdrivers, I don't know, you never have too many screwdrivers, so I needed some. I got some T-handle sets, I think is what they're called. I don't have any T-handle sets, all I have is the little L things, so I got those. I got microfiber cloth just cuz, and then I got a wire brush because you never know, you need one of those, and some really cheap little needle nose pliers because I also broke mine. I like how these have like the little flex thingy, you have to like pull it. And then what I mainly came here for was this guy. This was a really nice one too. It's like full rubber grip down here, so it's and then this is all not rubber, this is all like metal, I guess, but I broke both of mine yesterday. So this is nice. This is a nice one too. A lot nicer than the other 2 I had. Or I like the one I had because it had a grip too, but yay! Day 2 with the build. We got the other panel on, you can see it, we took it out. That one obviously went on a lot easier because we had experience from doing this one. You can see this is the first one because we have the glue around there. That will be easy goo gone. That will come off really easy. We'll do that whenever. But you can tell we have both carbon fiber door handles on. As it zooms in, you see that? It's fully carbon fiber there. And on the other side as well, it is 100% carbon fiber on this one. So let that be kind of a hint to what's going down. So some things we need to talk about, guys, real quick before we get towards the end of this episode. So there has been a general, I don't want to say general, there's been a couple douchebags, I guess is the better word. A lot of people have been questioning, or some people have been questioning the money spent per series. If you don't know anything about Patreon, you could go on there and it says I make X amount of money per episode. However, if you know anything about Patreon, that amount of money does not actually come through. So although it could say $900 an episode, I could realistically only be getting $200 to $300 an episode. I also want to make it very clear that I spent my own $4,000 to buy this Mustang. Granted, it was a lot of like taxes and this and that, so the Mustang didn't actually cost anywhere near that, but it was still the amount of money that I cost to get it shipped and everything else. That was my money. I spent that out of my pocket. This was not given to me for free. I paid for this. So with that said, before anyone in the comments says, you know, I'm making $900 an episode but only spending X amount of money, you need to learn your facts and know what something called taxes is. Believe it or not, even though I'm not getting that money, all the IRS sees is money coming into my account. When they see that, I get taxed generally 25% on anything. If anyone knew anything about how to do math, if I'm making $1,000, 25% of that is $250. Automatically $250 goes to the great United States of America. That amount of money we can't use. So you have to think about a lot of things and where the money goes. I'm also saving money for the next car. Although I am making this amount of money in an episode, it has to get split in different ways, to parts, to future parts, to taxes, and the future car. I want to have enough money saved up for after we do this Mustang, we pick, the people in the pit crew, you guys pick what our next car is. Because I want to keep moving on cars, selling the car to someone in the pit crew and keep going. With that said, next episode, things are getting really good in the inside. This episode, like I told you guys, was somewhat of treading water, making up for last episode. Last episode, dropped the ball on a lot of things because of stuff that wasn't our fault. But this episode was trying to regain our control from what happened. I bought a whole bunch of stuff to get the stuff fixed. I had to double spend on some things because of parts that didn't come in right. I also didn't get a full refund on the wrong brackets that were even sent to me. So we are up to speed now. Everything is good. The playing field is flat. We are up to speed. Every part that we bought is in, and I have an awesome part coming next Monday. It is arguably the most important part in the inside of the Mustang. If you haven't guessed it by now, yes, it is the radio. I have a GPS backup camera, full doubled-in screen, freaking radio that we're putting in here. Also has Bluetooth, also is able to be using Sirius radio. It is one of the top of the line radios you can put in here. We're spending a good amount of money on it, and that's why I'm also buying a separate backup camera that is a very good quality, one of the most expensive ones I can buy on that as well. And we're gonna be hooking that up, wiring that, and putting it in the car so you guys get to see that. Soon that hole will be filled, much like your mother. Giggity. So yeah, so I know this episode and the last episode were kind of treading water. Last episode was not intentional. This episode was intentional to make sure that we fixed everything that went wrong. However, guys, I'm just looking at right now. All of this is coming out. That's all the hint I'm gonna give you. Everything back there is coming out, and this is getting filled in next episode. And like I said, guys, I understand the hate that we get on this build. Honestly, it really wouldn't be a YouTube video if there was no hate on it in the first place. To kind of clear that stuff up, guys, you have to use your brain. And this is not just for my series that I do this. There's a bunch of the Patreon series. You have to use your head and think about what are they actually doing, the reason that they can't use that full amount. You have to think about it. As the series continues, guys, the Patreon is continuing to grow. I believe at this point we're at like $955 or something like that. I love you guys. Thank you so much. As the Patreon grows and the pit crew grows, we are able to expand to bigger and better things. The radio on one episode, I didn't even think when we started this series that we'd be able to do the radio this soon. But it expands, and the more people that we have supporting the pit crew, the more people that are possibly I'm gonna sell the car to. On top of that, we're able to do more things. I'm gonna come buy this damn hood. I wanna just snap it in half. I hate, this is so, no. Also, people asking about the exterior. We are not done with the interior, nowhere close. I say nowhere close, but we are kind of approaching it. But we've started the end, right? So next episode will be the start to the end. We'll be starting to finish some things up, starting to put a lot into the freaking episodes in the inside. The inside's done. Once the inside's done, we are free game on the outside. From headlights to taillights, to fixing the tent, to louvers, to emblems, to getting rid of the hood, to getting maybe a new trunk fully, to getting a spoiler, to possibly getting a different diffuser, changing up the exhaust, fixing the clutch, putting halos in, fogging the LEDs, changing the rims or the wheels. The episode, I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you saw a successful recovery from the last episode. This has me really excited, more than you know. That and the e-brake cover, they match perfectly with the blue in there. And they look really good, especially the e-brake cover. It's a great accent. I am so excited to finally start really tearing the interior out. It almost is like a thing in the bottom of my stomach, seeing the car when I received it and the smell inside there, and removing all of those parts and replacing them with everything with new stuff. It's just, it's a weird feeling. It's a great feeling to see what it was when I bought this and to see it even now. Love you guys. See you in the next video. Goodbye.